Hello, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at Assetto Corsa Competizione's GT4 Pack DLC. Now, we don't know exactly what's going to be in there, but we can take an educated guess. I'm quite excited about what's coming up here. I think the main issue with ACC is probably the fact that it's GT3 cars, and most people, when they jump straight in, they're a little bit too powerful, to be quite frank. And now they're going to release the GT4 pack. I think that's absolutely spot on. If you want to master the GT3 cars, it's going to take some time. They have a lot of power, and you've got to be quite gentle on that throttle. Whereas the GT4 cars, they're just that bit dialed back. You can be much more aggressive with your inputs. They're so much more forgiving for a beginner. That's what ACC's missing. It's that progression. You're thrown in right at the deep end. You need that little bit of a gentle sort of introduction into the GT series, and the perfect way to do it is a GT4 car. It's not slow by any means, but it's not so quick that you're going to make stupid mistakes really easily. Anyway, what we're going to do today is have a guess at what sort of cars are going to be in the GT4 pack. I think the GT4 series that's going to be modelled by Kunos is the GT4 European Series. Now, I've left a link in the description below to the GT4 series website. It shows the 2019 cars, and there's loads in there, so let's get looking at what might be in June's DLC pack. First up, we have the Maserati GRANTURISMO MC. This is included in the original Assetto Corsa, so I expect making a model for ACC is not going to be too difficult for Kunos. Now, what they've got to model on is a front-engined rear-wheel drive 430 horsepower, 4.7 litre V8 engined monster of a GT4 car. And it's heavy. It's going to be one of the heavy cars in the field at 1,410 kilograms. Still, I think this will be a nice car to chuck around a track. Moving on to the Aston Martin Vantage. This car is already in ACC, so I'm pretty sure it's going to be in the GT4 pack, with a little bit of a nerf to its performance. Now, the car itself is front-engine rear-wheel drive 4-litre twin-turbo V8, coming in at 1,400 kilograms, a little bit on the tubby side, but the Aston's always been a good drive in GT3 spec. It should be good in GT4. And on to the next car, a personal favourite of mine, the GINETTA G55. From the plucky little British company based just outside Leeds comes the G55. This is an awesome, light little car with a Ford 3.7 litre V6 in it, producing 355 brake horsepower, which seems a bit down for a GT4 car, but then you realise it's only 1,085 kilograms, and that's not a lot of weight to be chucking about. These cars are very, very successful and putting it about the bigger boys with what seems like ease. Can't wait to get this out on track if they include it in ACC. And on to the Audi R8 GT4. Yes, the Audi R8 is included in ACC already in GT3 spec, and it drives superbly. So again, this will be another good car to put in the GT4's pack. The car has a 5.2 litre V10 mounted mid-car driving the rear wheels, which makes for a really well balanced car that you can really drive hard. And we'll see how this goes, but I think it's almost certain to be in that GT4 pack. And on to the BMW M4. Oh, yes, that's right. You may notice that this BMW isn't a GT4, but I couldn't find a proper model for it, so we'll just have to imagine big wings on it. The car is an inline 6-cylinder, 3-litre twin turbo unit. That's going to be putting out a bit of power. The engine sits under the front of the bonnet, and the car's rear driven. That will be a nice weight distribution, as BMWs are famous for. And here's an unusual little car, the KTM Crossbow GT4. Now, it really does have a face that only a mother could love, but it's another super lightweight car, powered by a 4-cylinder inline, transverse-mounted 2-litre Audi engine, coming in at only 1,025 kilograms, making it the lightest car on the European GT4 package. Really worth checking out if it's included. And in the pack from America, the Chevrolet Camaro. Yes, big American burbly beast is powered by a V8 6.2 litre engine, naturally aspirated, and no doubt will have an absolutely amazing exhaust note. This would be a very interesting car to include. They're not exactly famed for the handling, but maybe sorted out in a GT4 spec could be good fun. Maybe lots of tail-out action, who knows? Hopefully it's included to have a try. And on to another favourite of mine, the Mercedes-AMG. What a car. I've had the amazing experience of driving one of these cars out on track, and they are stunning. Hopefully this GT4 version will be very similar. They have the amazing AMG V8 in them with the twin turbo package. Get this in the sim by including it in the DLC. Yes, it's the obligatory Porsche, the 718 Cayman GT4. Lots of sim racers really like the way Porsches handle. It's their weight distribution at the back that gives them great drive out of corners. This one is probably no different at all. It has a 6-cylinder mid-mounted boxer engine of 3.8 litres. And it's not the heaviest of cars either, coming in at 1,320 kilograms. This will be a great Porsche enthusiast's entry car. Again, with the McLaren 570S, I wasn't able to find a really good model of it, so we're going to stick with a road car. You'll get the flavour of it. Imagine it with some sponsor logos splashed liberally across the paintwork. You'll get the picture. Anyway, the car is a twin-turbo V8 3.8 litre, and coming in at 1,415 kilograms. It's up there for its weight, but this is a technologically sophisticated car. What else would you expect from McLaren? Hopefully it won't have the same characteristics of the GT3 and want to kill you every corner. And finally, the Alpine A110. I couldn't find a model of this one, so we have to go with the classic car. Imagine this car with a little bit more rounding and a bit more wing and some splitters, and then on with the logos and blurry colours, and you'll be somewhere near what this car actually looks like. This is another one of the lightweights. It's only got a 1.8 litre turbocharged unit in the front, so it's going to have to be light. I can't find its official weight anywhere, but it will be a light little car for the corners. So that was a rundown of the vehicles I think are going to be in the Assetto Corsa Competizione GT4 DLC. If you've got any other suggestions to what cars are going to be in there, let me know in the comments below. If only half of these cars got in there, I'd be really happy. Especially if some of the little lightweight, more different, smaller manufactured cars get in there. It'd be great to test them against the big boys of the well-known brands. I'd love to see the racing between them. It's going to be different. Big cars belting down straights really quickly, little cars just nipping round corners, not quite having it down the straight, but really mashing it on handling. So if you've liked the video, please leave a like. If you've really liked it, consider subscribing. And bye for now.